Good morning. Welcome to JP's morning brief for June 23rd, 2026. Good morning, everybody. Can you believe we're only 11 days away from our semi-quincentennial celebration of the Declaration of Independence? Isn't that awesome? Man, the more you do, and just to let you know, I will have a podcast on July 4th. I know it's a Saturday, but it's the Declaration of Independence. And that's very, very important. Besides the Bible being most important, the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution are just under it. Okay? Just so you know. Welcome to the podcast for this morning. As we get started, click that like button to like the episode. Put some American flags in the chat because we do a live chat here with Rumble. And I am Rumble exclusive, sorry. But I am Rumble exclusive. I know I Samuel cast through ScrewTube and Fakebook, but Rumble is my home. My home. Okay. And I do X, but I can't figure out how to do the simulcast through 2X. Man, excuse me. Hold on. But I will figure it out. All right. And then follow. Beside the button that says join, you'll see a little bell. If you would click on that bell and scroll down to the bottom where it says follow, click the follow button. That's how you follow the JPA channel, okay? JPA report channel. All right, do that for me. Let's get started. First thing first, we got to knock out the armament shop. The armament shop, whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023, or visit him at www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. Alrighty, thank y'all. Let me get set up for my next stuff. All right, so a lot happened in Iran. Well, with Iran yesterday, the vice president finished up 36 hours worth of talks with the Iranian delegation, and evidently lots of stuff got covered. There's a whole lot to go. So just be patient. Don't be a naysayer like Lindsey Graham and Chris Christie, okay? Let's keep Republicans united in this effort to keep America safe, all right? So Iran will readmit UN nuclear inspectors. Trump says, I will do what I have to do if the regime doesn't live up to the deal. Technical talks will continue, like I was just saying. Qatar and Pakistan called talks encouraging progress. Oman will host Iran on talks about the Strait of Hormuz navigation, and that would be international navigation, not, hey, I'm the troll underneath the bridge, you got to pay the toll to pass. That ain't happening. They're just freedom of navigation, entry and exit points and stuff like that. Bibi says Israel will stay in the security zone. And the good thing, There's been 2 days of no combat so far. That is awesome news right there. Iran negotiator says talks help prevent wider bloodshed in Lebanon, which is very true. CENTCOM established a deconfliction line for all parties considered in Lebanon. Maybe that's something that needed to be done a whole long time ago. Turkey tells Iran it supports the MOU and warns Iran from trying to sabotage it. Per Secretary of Treasury, Iran can sell oil in U.S. dollars for the next up to 60 days, okay? And it has to be approved by the United States, and any like farm goods and stuff they need for the Iranian people have to be bought from U.S. distributors, right? And we're not talking like Walmart or Amazon. We're talking about actual U.S. farmers will sell their goods to Iran. The Dow Jones yesterday closed up 148 points, 148.01, and it closed at 51,712.71. We're less than 300 points away from another record. West Texas Intermediate closed, no, not did close. West Texas Intermediate was trading about an hour or so ago at $73.49 a barrel, and Brent crude oil, which is the benchmark, is trading at $77.44 a barrel. That's your Iran update. Onward to the brief. Okay, so the Supreme Court yesterday ordered or reinstated the conviction of the guy that murdered Etan Potts. Now, you may wonder, who in the world is Etan Potts? Etan Potts was, I believe, New York City. 1979. He was only 6 years old in New York City, and he disappeared, right? And he was, everyone thinks about Adam Walsh, right? Walsh, Walsh, yeah. But Etan was the first child that was on profile on the back of a milk carton. He was considered one of the milk carton kids. Okay, the guy that they killed him was convicted in 2017. And the Supreme and something happened in the court, and he got his conviction reversed, and the Supreme Court yesterday announced that it was reinstated. So a little bit on background. Okay, the Supreme Court on Monday morning threw out a lower court ruling that called for a new trial for the man convicted of the 1979 kidnapping and murder of Etan Potts, one of the first children listed on the back of milk cartons. The announcement came as part of a list of orders released from the Justice's June 18th conference. The Justice will meet for another conference, the final regularly scheduled conference before the summer recess on this coming Thursday. The court is likely to release orders from the conference on Monday, June 29th. In 1979, 6-year-old Etan Potts disappeared on his way to a school bus stop in New York City. He was never found. Potts' case was among those that led to the creation of the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. You probably heard a lot about that through America's Most Wanted, okay? But Pedro Hernandez was convicted of kidnapping and murdering Potts in 2017. The trial relied on Hernandez's confession, which he made after approximately 7 hours of police questioning, during which he was not advised of his right under the Supreme Court's 1966 decision in Miranda versus Arizona to remain silent and have an attorney present. Police officers provided Hernandez with the Miranda warning, after which he confessed again on video in confessions that prosecutors used at Hernandez's trial. While the jury was deliberating, it asked the judge whether it should disregard Hernandez's confessions after he received the Miranda ruling if it concluded that the confessions before those warnings were not voluntary. After the judge responded, the answer is no. The jury deliberated for another week and eventually convicted Hernandez of felony murder and kidnapping. He was sentenced to 25 years of life in prison. Okay, I understand this. They were wrong for not giving him his Miranda rights, but then he was given his Miranda rights, and he voluntarily confessed to killing the kid. The Supreme Court's right. He's going back to jail for the rest of his good-for-nothing life. He's going back to jail. All right. Also, today at 9:00, more Supreme Court opinions from the current session will be released. They're scheduled. I looked on the calendar yesterday, and I told them during the actual JPA report, they have on their calendar, they have opinions scheduled for today and for Thursday, right? And then the report will come out on Monday for the conference they're having on Thursday also. Now remember, there are 17 cases still pending to be released from the Supreme Court from October to now, all right, including birthright citizenship and mail-in balloting. So there's some big cases still out there to be heard. So just be on your P's and Q's and ready, okay? Remember, SCOTUSblog.com, okay? That's the website you can go to if you want to check it out. They have a live blog, and they start broadcasting at 8:30 a.m. Central, and the Supreme Court allows at 9:00 to start releasing opinions, and I think they do them in every 10-minute intervals or 10-minute intervals, or after the dissenting judge is able to read the remarks. Okay. All right. So next, California. Oh, no. Also, why did I put that one in there like that? I'm missing one of my cases here. Hold on. Hold it. Oh, wow. Okay, so I know what it's about. California loses the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. There was a gender law that was passed in the California legislature that as soon as it was signed by Governor Newsom, it went to a court, and then it was appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against the state of California, where it says, I wish I had that here, man. Okay, no big deal. So it says that school districts cannot keep secret from a parent about the gender fluidity, whatever they call it, that a guy wants to be called a girl or a girl wants to be called a guy. A school district cannot keep that secret from a parent. That's what that one's about. All right. So I got to find that one. It was AB 1255 or something like that from the state of California. I know I printed that bad boy out. Okay. All right. I'll find it. But that is so weird. All right. So today is primary day in Utah, South Carolina, and New York. All right. Uh, believe it or not, okay. So there's a couple runoffs in the South Carolina, in the South Carolina House of Representatives, U.S. House of Representatives from the state of South Carolina, plus the governorship. Both Alan Wilson and Pam Evett are both endorsed by the President of the United States because, like he said on Truth Social, both of them are equally as good, right? And that's good when you have an endorsement when both of the runoff candidates are like recognized as excellent for the state of South Carolina or any state. That is good that the people of a state have a good candidate in mind. Okay, now they're just gonna get past the Democrats. That's a whole nother story. Because like in New York, all right, in New York, they have 3 DSAs. That is Democrat Socialists of America. Are they're running against established incumbent Democrats. All right, one of them. Would you believe Brent Landers? Okay, he is the comptroller for the state of New York. He's running against Dan Goldberg, a long-term Democrat in the state of New York. He's Jewish. He's very popular among Democrats, even though you know me and Democrats are like oil and water. They don't mix, right? Uh, they said today Dan Goldberg is going to get beat by 20 points in the New York primary. 20 points. I mean, yeah, you look at what happened between John Cornyn and Ken Paxton in our runoff. This isn't the runoff. This is a primary from an established candidate. This shouldn't happen. What are we doing in our country? If you listen to Landers on tape, right? Just like Graham Plattner. Hey, I did not serve 25 years of my life in the army. The fight against socialism and communism from back in the 80s and 90s to allow our country to be torn to shreds by a bunch of communists. You look at the Hispanic girl running in New York 13. Oh my goodness, man. It makes your head just want to go poof because these people are out there. They're not running against Republicans. They're running against Democrats. Our country is sliding to the left because I'm going to get into this later, right? We have complacent Republicans out there that are not putting the time and the effort and money into races across our country. And slowly but surely, Republicans are going to get crushed if they don't do nothing about it. These Democrats are no, they're not Democrats, they're socialists. The matter of fact, the Democratic establishment, they got pride so deep inside of them that they should just kick the tar out of these people, out of the party, as a be gone. Form your own party. Quit hijacking ours. But I'm telling you, the Republicans better see the forest through the trees because they're coming after us. And if we don't get our stuff together and do something about this, we're going to be looking at a far different country. I mean, we're getting older. A lot of us are getting older. And a lot of these kids are being manipulated by the fact of, like someone said yesterday, they went through 12 years of indoctrination in primary school about how sexy uh, um, how sexy socialism is, right? How to get everything free. Then their education is completed through public colleges where now they're learning that communism is sexy and awesome and that we have to do this. We got to do everything for free, get a chicken in every pot, and don't have to work and do anything for a living. It's a lie. And we have to meet them tooth for tooth, toe to toe, and make sure it doesn't happen. All right? All right. So that's my tangent for right now, right? We'll cover more of that later. 3 people, 3 non-citizens were admit that they were that they knowingly voted in federal elections. The Justice Department said Monday that 3 non-U.S. citizens in Florida confessed to having knowingly voted in federal elections despite not being eligible to do so. Federal law requires voters and to be American citizens in order to vote on federal level, but some states and cities allow non-citizens to vote. The 3 non-citizens voted in Florida, and 2 of them admitted to be voting in 2020. You know, that's the sense of all election follies, right? The third, a Brazilian, voted in the federal election in 2024 after becoming a lawful permanent resident. The 3 migrants are probably out of the country by now. Is Brazilian Moises Lima Jr., then Haitian Gordon Lewis, and then Cuban Roberto Figueiredo. All 3 non-citizens pled guilty by voting by an alien, and it comes that the Trump administration cracks down on eligible voters. And a recent Republican probe in New Jersey found 100 of ineligible voters. Got to nip this in the bud. Save America Act. Cheep, cheep. Just like Vince said. Knack, knack. Save America Act. It's got to be passed. U.S. citizens only ones who can vote, and you must prove your citizenship as you register to vote. All right. So what do we look at? 652. The Senate yesterday passed, I'll talk about it. The Senate yesterday passed a bipartisan bill for housing. This is something the president has wanted, and it looks like he's going to get it. It passed the United States Senate yesterday. Check this out. Who says Democrats and Republicans can't get along together? Anybody want to guess what the vote was in the United States Senate yesterday? No takers? 85-5. Yes, I'm right. Yeah, 85-5 was the vote in the United States Senate on a bipartisan housing bill. It's got to go back over to the House. They got to match versions because the House already passed it earlier, and they're just going to match it up, make sure it's word for word as per the United States Constitution. Then it goes from there. It goes to the president, and the president will sign it. All right. What the essence of the bill was that the essence of the bill was to make it illegal for conglomerate companies from going in and buying large sections of houses in our country. So what I'm saying is that like BlackRock and I think ESG were going into neighborhoods and buying 15, 20, 25 houses that were unoccupied yet, and then taking those houses off the market at low prices and then jacking the prices up. And what that does with the other houses in the neighborhoods will make them more expensive, so the ordinary Joes out there can't afford to buy a house for their family and are regulated to renting houses from these companies that own all these properties at jacked up prices because they can't afford to get in anywhere. So the Congress did this for the president and to make it illegal for those companies to actually go out there and do that. Excellent law. Laws like that are good laws, right? I know they might, there's stymieing competition. No. You know, Americans need to be able to go out and be able to go out there and afford to buy a house. Okay. Next, because as we're running out of time here, and talking about time, hold on just a second. Just give me a second. Gotta get ready for the raid events. Copy. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Rand Paul. Rand Paul yesterday subpoenaed Anthony Fauci for testimony in the uncovered DNI probe that came out about him actually knowing about gain of function labs around the world funded by U.S. tax dollars and lying before Congress, right? So Senator Rand Paul subpoenaed him yesterday to get him back before the Congress to testify. And he can't knowingly lie after receiving the pardon, or the pardon is null and void. All right? All right, we're at 6:56. We're going to run out of time here. Also, the House of Representatives, the Judiciary Committee, is threatening to vote on a contempt measure against Act Blue because they won't come before the Congress, all right, or the Judiciary Committee. All right, next. So this coming Thursday, Pints and Politics will be back in Gatesville at 6 p.m. at Rancher Steakhouse in Gatesville. Like I was saying, it's a conservative group headed by Chip Howell, where you can eat, be around other Republicans, and organize. Right. So that will be this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. at Rancher Steakhouse. I'll be there. All right. So the next one I want to talk about real quick, is Saturday morning at 11 a.m. at the Feed Mill in Coppers Cove. That's in downtown Gatesville. The Coryell County Republican women are having their monthly meeting at 11 a.m. this time, because Feed Mill opens later in the morning, okay? But they're going to have a guest speaker. She's going to be talking about data centers. All right, this is their monthly meeting. One month is in Gatesville, and then the next month is back down in Coppers Cove. All right, and then get back up here. All right. So the next thing is that was on the 27th, the 29th. West Side Conservative Coalition is going to meet at Papa's Cafe at 6 p.m. in Harker Heights for our monthly meeting. These are meetings I participate in, right? And they are a conglomerate of people in the west side of Bell County trying to organize. Like I was saying, you got to get out there and organize. It's the only way we keep and win elections, right? Then the next one, Tuesday, June 30th, 6 p.m. at Trinity Worship Center is our organizational meeting for the Coryell County Republican Party, and it starts at 6 p.m. All right. All precinct chairs got to be there, like myself, the party chair. This is where we form our party for the next 2 years, and we select our vice chair, our secretary, and our treasurer to supplement the party chair, the county party chair, which is Norm Mitchell. And any changes of the bylaws are made at that time also. All right. So those are 4 things that are happening. Go back and read the Texas scorecard. There are some good things in there about elections, about some colleges, about State Board of Education's got a meeting here in Texas this today. All right. So I will see y'all in 1 hour with the JP8 report. Thank y'all very much for tuning in for the last 30 minutes. And let's turn and burn. Listen to Vince, then come back here and listen to me for 1 hour with the actual JP8 report. So I'm going to rate on, let's see, what time is it? Okay, 7 o'clock. I got to do the rave. I will see y'all in 1 hour, okay? Thank y'all very much for tuning in. There's the deal. There's the confirmation. And we got 14 seconds. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.